everyone, welcome back to our channel, your cozy place to learn easy English through real-life conversations. I'm Fatma.
And I am Hasan. And before we talk about anything, I want to ask you one simple question.
Oh, we are starting dangerous today. Go on.
So, how many times did you want to say something? The words were ready in your head, but you stayed completely silent because you thought, what will they think of me?
Yeah, you felt your heartbeat faster, right? You checked every word in your mind. You imagined people judging, laughing, thinking you were not smart, not interesting, too much or too weird. So you smiled, you nodded, you pretended everything was fine. But inside, you were screaming, I want to talk. I want to say something.
And then later in the bus or in your bed, you replay the moment like a movie and think, why did I say nothing? I had something to say.
And of course, in the shower, you suddenly find the perfect words. You give a full, powerful speech to the shampoo bottle.
Yes, best speech of your life, if and only the soap is listening.
If this is you, do not go anywhere. This episode is exactly for you.
Right. Today, we're talking about how to stop caring so much what other people think, so you can finally use the voice that is already living inside you.
And not only your voice. Think about it. You do this when you want to dress differently, when you want to say no, when you want to post something honest, when you want to try something new. Your first question is not, do I like this? It is, what will they think of me?
Yes. If you're tired of living like that, tired of feeling small in your own life, stay with us.
Yeah. Take a breath. Think of that last moment when you stopped yourself because of what will they think, and keep it in your mind. Because in this episode, we're going to gently break that fear one honest story at a time. And do not worry, this is a B1 level episode. So if you're intermediate, it's perfect for you.
Yes, B1 level. And if you are A2, you can still listen. If some parts feel difficult, it's okay. You can always listen again, and you'll catch more the second time.
Your job is simple. Relax, listen, and let the English and the ideas move through you. You don't have to understand every word. You just have to stay with us.
And maybe if I'm brave today, I will stop asking Fatima after we record, do I sound strange?
Yes, he really does that. So if you feel nervous about your English, you are definitely not alone.
Yes, we want this episode to feel like you are sitting with two friends. One who already crossed this bridge, and one who is crossing it with you right now.
And while you listen, you'll hear a lot of real-life English. If some words run away, let them go. Your brain is clever. It's already trying to connect the words with the story.
Yes. And near the end, we will also do a calm word tour. We'll take some of the strongest words and expressions from this episode and explain them in simple English with clear examples, so you can use them too.
And if you like learning this way, with real conversations and real feelings, please subscribe to our channel and tap like on this episode. It really helps more learners find us.
Right. And after you listen, tell us in the comments. In which moment do you think the most about what people will think if you speak in English? In class, at work, with family, with native speakers, online?
And tell us if you are more like Team Fatima, who remembers the fear but chooses to speak anyway, or Team Hasan, who makes 10 jokes in a row so nobody sees he's nervous.
All right, take one deep breath. Think about the last moment when you stayed quiet instead of speaking English.
Hold that moment in your mind, because in this episode, we're going to slowly change what that moment means to you.
All right, without further ado, let's jump in.
Okay, Hasan, let's start with something honest. Have you ever looked at your life and suddenly felt, wait, am I wasting it? Not in a big dramatic way, but in small, everyday moments. Like scrolling on your phone for hours when you wanted to learn something new, or saying yes to plans you didn't really want, just because you were scared of what people would think if you said no.
Oh, all the time, Fatma. I remember last year I was in a job I didn't love. It paid okay, but
every morning I felt this heavy feeling in my chest. I kept thinking, if I quit and try something new, what will my family say? What will my friends think? They'll say I'm irresponsible. So I stayed, and the days just passed. 1 month, 2 months, 6 months. Suddenly, I realized I was wasting my time because I was too busy worrying about other people's opinions.
Exactly. That's what this episode is about. Don't waste your life caring too much what others think. Life is short, right? We only get one chance at this. And if we spend it trying to make everyone happy or trying to look perfect in their eyes, we miss the real moments that matter. The moments when we feel truly alive.
Yeah, I love that. It's scary to admit, but sometimes we live small lives because we're afraid of standing out. We choose the safe path, the expected path, instead of the path that makes our heart beat faster.
Let me tell you a real story from my own life. A few years ago, I really wanted to start this podcast. I had so many ideas about helping people learn English through real conversations. But every time I thought about recording, my mind went wild. What if people laugh at my accent? What if they say my English isn't good enough? What if my old classmates see it and think I'm showing off? I almost gave up before I even started.
Wow, I didn't know that. You always seem so confident now. What changed?
One night, I was lying in bed thinking about my future. I imagined myself at 70 years old, looking back and saying, I had dreams, but I never tried because I was scared of what people would think. That thought hit me hard. I didn't want to waste my life like that. So the next day, I told myself, Fatma, even if only 10 people listen, at least you'll know you tried. At least you didn't waste the chance. And here we are.
That's powerful. For me, it was different. I always wanted to travel alone, but I kept hearing voices in my head. A guy traveling alone? People will think you're lonely or weird. So I kept postponing the trip, year after year. Finally, last summer, I booked a ticket to the mountains. Just me and my backpack. The first 2 days, I felt so nervous. I thought everyone was looking at me and judging. But guess what? Most people didn't even notice. And the ones who did, they smiled and asked where I was from. It was freeing.
See? When we stop caring so much, life opens up. We start doing the things we've always dreamed of, instead of watching our years slip away. But Fatma, it's not easy, right? Our brains are wired to care what others think. It's like a survival thing from long ago. If the tribe didn't like you, you could get kicked out. But today, that same fear stops us from living fully. We stay in bad relationships because what will people say if I leave? We don't speak up in meetings because what if they think my idea is stupid? We don't chase our passions because what if I fail and everyone sees? You're right. It's exhausting. I see it with my friends too. One of my close friends is an amazing singer. She has such a beautiful voice, but she only sings in the shower or when she's alone in the car. Why? Because she's afraid her family will say, "That's not a real career. Focus on your office job." So she wastes her talent, and every time she hears a song on the radio, I can see the sadness in her eyes. That breaks my heart. Imagine if she started sharing her voice. Even if not everyone likes it, some people would love it. She could feel alive every time she sings. But instead, she's slowly wasting that beautiful part of herself because of fear of judgment. Yes, and the worst part is, most of the time, people are too busy with their own lives to judge us as much as we think. We imagine this huge audience watching our every move, but really, they're worried about their own problems. So how do we actually stop wasting our life like this? Let's talk about small steps. First, start noticing when the fear shows up. Next time you feel that "what will they think" feeling, pause and ask yourself, if no one was watching, what would I do right now? That question changed a lot for me. I like that. For me, I started writing down my real dreams on paper. Not what my parents wanted, not what looked good on social media, but what I truly wanted.
Reading that list every morning reminded me that my life is mine to live, not a performance for others.
Another thing that helped me was remembering that people forget fast. You might worry about saying something silly in a conversation, but 2 days later, nobody even remembers. They're busy thinking about their own embarrassing moments. So why waste today worrying about something that will disappear tomorrow?
True. I also started celebrating small, brave moments. Like the time I finally said no to a friend who always wanted me to join group trips I didn't enjoy. I was scared she'd be upset, but she understood, and I felt this huge relief. I didn't waste my weekend pretending to be happy. I spent it doing something I loved instead.
Let's go deeper. Think about your time. Every hour you spend worrying about opinions is an hour you could spend learning English better, starting that small business, calling that old friend, or just resting without guilt. Life moves fast. One day you're 25, worried about looking cool. Next thing you know, you're 40 and wondering where the time went. Don't let fear steal your years.
I feel that. Sometimes I imagine my future self looking at present-day Fatma and saying, "Why didn't you try harder? Why did you care so much about strangers' thoughts?" That image pushes me to speak up, to post that honest story, to wear the clothes that make me feel good, even if they're different. Because at the end of the day, the only person who has to live with my choices is me.
Yes, and when you start living like that, something beautiful happens. You attract the right people, the ones who like the real you, not the careful, quiet version. The fake friends who only liked the safe you slowly drift away, and that's actually a good thing. You get more space for real connections.
I love how freeing that feels. It's like taking off heavy chains you didn't even know you were wearing. Suddenly you can breathe. You can laugh louder, dream bigger, and actually enjoy the short time we have on this earth.
All right, before we finish, let's do our calm word tour. Here are some powerful expressions from today's talk. First, waste your life. It means to spend your time on things that don't matter or don't make you happy. Example, don't waste your life scrolling on your phone. Go outside and live.
Next, stand out. This means to be different from others in a noticeable way. Example, it's okay to stand out. The world needs your unique voice.
Another one is hit me hard. When something affects you emotionally in a strong way. Example, when I thought about my future, the idea of regret hit me hard.
Freeing. It means it makes you feel free and light. Example, saying no to things I didn't want was so freeing.
And finally, drift away. When people slowly become less close over time. Example, when I became more honest, some fake friends drifted away.
Great! Try using one of these in your next English conversation or in the comments.
So, my friend, don't waste another day living small because of what others might think. Your life is waiting for you to show up fully. Start today. Speak that sentence in English class. Wear that outfit. Share that idea. Book that trip. The world needs the real you.
Yes. And remember, even if it feels scary at first, every brave step makes the next one easier. You're not alone in this. We're all learning how to live louder and truer.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. If this episode touched you, please share it with one friend who needs to hear it.
And take one small action this week that your future self will thank you for. Something that feels a little scary, but exciting.
We can't wait to hear your stories in the comments. Which part spoke to you the most? When do you feel like you're wasting time because of fear of judgment?
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep living your one beautiful life without apology.
This is Hasan.
And this is Fatma.
See you soon. Take care.